Reese reveals he's been distancing himself from Trinity to protect her, admitting he never truly wanted a mate. Devastated, Trinity lashes out, and their argument erupts. Noah intervenes, punching Reese for his cruelty. As Reese grapples with the possibility of an inside threat, he wonders if he can ever repair the damage to his relationship with Trinity, or if their trust is irrevocably broken. How will Trinity react to Reese's admission that he never truly wanted a mate? Will Trinity ever be able to trust Reese again?
He's going to kill me. She wasn't foolish enough to sneak out, but she did have a new idea. I only have 2 jobs, law student and Luna. And if I can't be a student, then I need to be the best Luna I can be. The only problem was that Trinity had no one to talk to about it. It was too embarrassing to call Katie, the Luna of the Azure River Pack. Katie probably learned everything from her mate Riley's mom. Just my luck that I don't have a mom, and neither does Reese. Well, not technically. Reese's mom was still catatonic in her room on the 4th floor. How did Reese's mom get everyone in the pack to trust her? Did she throw events, or did they love her automatically? Was Reese different before the incident? Trinity couldn't just sit on her hands. Not when the last Luna was only 2 floors and 1 cranky alpha away. With Reese gone for the day to visit another pack, Trinity decided that one secret visit couldn't hurt. Until he smells my scent and finds out anyway, she mumbled to herself. Trinity expected the room to be dark and dreary, but sunlight flooded the room from the open curtains. She was seated in the rocking chair next to the window. She looked like a gorgeous ghost. Her loose-fitting white nightgown made her pale, almost translucent skin glow. "You're so small," Trinity whispered. 7 years of mental imprisonment had weakened the other woman. She sat facing the Luna and offered her a smile. "I'm Trinity. I'm the new Luna. Reese's mate. Reese might have mentioned me the other day. Sorry I haven't come by sooner. I wish I could have met him when you were still around. Our pack loves him, but he has a hard time showing that love back. Losing you must have changed him a lot. Maybe that's why he pushes everybody so hard and pushes me away." Trinity reached for the Luna's hand. "I wish you could be there for him." Trinity stayed there a while longer, holding onto the woman's hand until she smelled it. His scent grew stronger by the second, so he was moving fast. "I guess his alpha visit ended early. Do you want to say hi?" "Don't you dare poison." "Poison?" Trinity repeated, but Reese froze when he saw them. "You really think I'd poison her?" "No, not with actual poison, just poison her against me." "I wouldn't be saying anything that wasn't true. But no, I didn't say anything bad about you. I thought she might be lonely." His eyes got even wider at that. "So you just came to visit her? You know she can't respond." "That's okay. If I was like this, I'd want someone to visit me. She might not hear us, but she's in there somewhere. I can feel it." "You do?" He sounded hopeful and afraid, like a little boy. "I don't remember much about her." "Barely alive," Reese said, "but still alive. If it bothers you, I don't have to do it often." "I didn't say it bothered me. I never thought I'd see this. My mother and my mate holding hands." "I didn't think you thought about it at all," Trinity said. "I didn't. Not until now." How can he do that? How can he look at me so softly when he swears he doesn't care? I didn't think I would have something like this, not until you. And with how things have been, Reese nodded. "Right. Well, it's good that you're finding things to do with your time. I know how much you liked your classes, but it's too dangerous to go out," she finished for him. Maybe she could bring others in. Like Halloween, but smaller, she thought. Her face lit up with the idea. "Don't sound so excited. What if I did more of this? Not just with your mother, but with the other women and children who don't have anyone. Do arts and crafts maybe, or a book club? The arts and crafts could be the beginning, but once the attacks calm down, they could do supervised hikes in the woods. The cubs would love that." Reese hesitated. Trinity added, "You already know all the families in the pack. Please, Reese, I need something. No one should be alone." "Fine, but it should be small until Vincent gets back." "Back? Did Heather go into labor?" The smallest smile grew on Reese's face. "She did. I came to tell you." "Can we go? I want to see the baby." "Easy, little bunny. The baby's not here yet." "Oh, that makes sense." "They'll come after Thanksgiving." "That's 5 days away." "You can keep busy for 5 days, can't you?" Trinity made her most doubtful face, so Reese sighed. "Fine. You can have a small group over on Tuesday. Small." "Yes, so small. You won't even notice they're here. I gotta start planning." She turned to Reese's mom. "Bye, Luna." "Lila." "Lila? How did he get from Little Bunny to Lila?" "That's my mother's name. You said you forgot it. Her name is Lila." "Oh, it was a beautiful name." Trinity set her hand on Lila's shoulder. "I'm so glad I came to see you today. Nice to meet you, Lila." "Careful," Trinity called out to the running cubs. Their mothers chuckled as Trinity and Juniper tried to keep the kids from bouncing off the walls. "Please tell me you have an idea to slow them down. I need to talk to the moms at least once before this is over. Who's ready to make their claws?" "The claws!" "Okay, you've got to sit very still to get your handprint to come out right in the clay. So sit and press down as hard as you can. Don't move. Then once it sets, we can put the fur on." The kids ran to sit at the craft table. "Great, now that it's finally quiet." The kids freaked out. Half of them ducked while the others rushed to their moms on the other side of the room. "What was that?" "Great, now that it's finally quiet." "Come on!" The kids freaked out. Half of them ducked while the others rushed to their moms on the other side of the room. "What was that?" "I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. I'll go check it out." David stepped forward from his guard post near the door. "Luna, I should check." "We can both check. This is the safest place in the compound. One of the maids probably broke a mirror or something." Juniper gave a worried look to Trinity. She knew about the attacks, but Trinity gave a sincere smile to her friend. "Trust me." Trinity tried to stay with her smile. "Come on, let's make these so we can show the Luna when she gets back. She's gonna be so excited." Trinity and David left everyone in Juniper's capable hands. David stepped in front of Trinity protectively at the sound of running feet. But it wasn't an attacker. It was just Julie, one of the housekeepers, running in terror down the hall. Julie, what happened?" Julie sucked in a huge breath and blurted out, "There's a ghost on the 4th floor. I saw it with my own eyes." "A ghost?" She'd heard of plenty of creatures, but a ghost in their house? She looked at David incredulously. David tried to stifle a smile. "Julie." "Nope, I'm not staying in here until that thing is gone. I'm taking a break." Julie ran right past him out of the house. "Never thought I'd find a superstitious werewolf." She could be right. But it was the 4th floor, where a certain someone sits in a rocking chair in a white nightgown. David's jaw dropped. "You saw her? I shouldn't be surprised. You're his mate. Of course he introduced you to." "I may have done the introducing myself. Come on, let's make sure Julie closed the door." They didn't need any more surprises, or Reese getting upset that his mom's room was open. David and Trinity had just reached the 4th floor landing when she smelled Reese coming up the stairs behind them. "What was that scream?" Reese asked. "Is everyone all right?" David nodded nervously. "Yes, Alpha, sir. Julie said she saw someone. The Luna and I were investigating." "No one goes on this floor without my permission. What if the mothers followed you? What if they saw?" "Reese?" Trinity gasped at the weak voice from down the hall. All 3 of them turned in unison, and there she was, the ghost of the 4th floor, Luna Lila Gray, leaning weakly against the wall by her door. She could barely stand. Each step she took shook her whole body, making her ghostly nightgown sway. "Mom!" Reese ran to her. He scooped her into his arms, squeezing her to his chest. He glanced back at Trinity and David. She's real. She's awake." Then, turning his head slowly to stare down at her, he whispered, "Mom, you're awake." Lila's jaw trembled. "You've grown so much." Reese laughed. He swayed with his mom in his arms. Trinity could see the tears in both of their eyes after that. He kept whispering even though they could all hear him. "How are you awake, Mom? What happened? I missed you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have been here for you. Don't hate me. Please don't." As his tears flowed down his cheeks, Trinity heard David turn around. This is their moment, a family moment. She turned too. She only took 2 steps before she heard Reese. "Where are you going?" he asked her. "I left the families downstairs. We should let them know we were right. Nothing's wrong." "Wait," Lila said. "I know you. I've heard your voice." She must be confused. "Oh, no ma'am, we've never met before." Lila looked back at Reese. "I thought I must be confused. I probably sound like someone else. Common girl, common voice. I'll leave you to it. Come on, David." Wow, 7 years. And now she wakes up. What changed? It couldn't have been me. One visitor wasn't enough to help a woman find her way back to this realm. But if it was, how would Reese handle that? After hiding her away for so long, if it only took one visitor who wanted to say hi, she shook the thought away. I guess we'll never know. The rest of the night flew by. Before she knew it, the families were gone and it was time for dinner. Trinity felt too exhausted to do anything else. Something about Lila awakening drained her. Reese probably won't notice I skipped dinner. He'll be so happy that his mom's back. She should have known Reese's happiness would be short-lived. He stomped down to her room just after dinner started. She smelled him coming down the hallway before she heard him. Trinity rolled her eyes. "What now?" "Open the door," he barked from the other side. "Open it yourself," she snapped back. "How could you possibly be angry with me right now?" "You're avoiding me again." He slammed the door shut. She sighed. "You're going to break something, and I'm not avoiding you. I just wasn't hungry." He stalked closer to her. For once, she backed away instead of rising to the challenge. "What did you do?" he asked her. "What?" "My mom spent 7 years without so much as a word, but you visit her, and now she's walking around." "Do you have to blame everything on me? You heard me talk to her, Reese. That's all I did. That's it." "That can't be it. What did you say to her? Tell me." She shuddered at the force of his voice. "I told her to come back. I said I wished she would come back because you needed her, and I needed someone too. I can't ask anyone else how to care for this pack or for you. She's the only one you love. I wanted her to come back for you." But Reese backed away. "But she heard you. She must have. She wouldn't have heard your voice anywhere else, and no one sounds like you do. You are one of a kind." It was the best compliment he'd ever said to her. "I couldn't have done this, Reese. I don't have that power. I don't even have you." "It doesn't make sense." His pain looked like hers when she thought of her own mother. If they were a normal mate couple, Trinity and Reese could have bonded over losing their mothers. They could have laid in bed, tending to each other's heartache. Instead, Reese stormed into her room to accuse her of what? Finding some secret way to bring his mother back? As if Trinity had committed a crime by simply existing. "Even if I did help your mother, shouldn't you be saying thank you? Not screaming at me? Why can't you treat me like a normal person?" Reese didn't answer her. "Reese, answer me." He stopped with his hand on the doorknob. "I'm sorry." "Sorry? For which part?" He would never tell her. The real ghost in the house was the emptiness between them. "I'm sorry," Reese repeated as he closed Trinity's door behind him, unable to answer when she asked, "For what?" He heard her sobbing. It broke his heart to be responsible for her tears once again. Reese didn't know why he had confronted Trinity with anger. In the short months since he had met Trinity, he had felt a whole range of emotions that he had never experienced before. All of that, on top of the responsibility he felt to be a strong alpha and protect his pack from impending danger. He thought of Trinity's face when he said, "You're one of a kind." All it took was one small compliment from him, and she looked ready to forgive everything. After he had been so cruel, he couldn't stomach it. Besides, it didn't feel like a compliment to him. It was a fact. Reese's hand lingered on the doorknob. He longed to throw the door open and take Trinity in his arms for everything. He wanted to say, "I'm sorry for everything." Instead, it was almost like an invisible force pushed his hand away, and Reese walked down the hall toward his room. "The only way I can protect her is by pushing her away." We know one thing for sure about alphas. Trinity poured a cup of tea for Lila. They do not like being told what to do. May I give you some advice about my son? Please. Although Lila had been in a catatonic state for 7 years, her observations held true. Reese feels obligated to be in love with you, but he doesn't want that. He wants to make the decision for himself. Make yourself his safe place. How do I do that? Reese did not seem terrified to her. He was the terrifying one. Trinity stirred her tea. She found herself drinking slowly to buy more time with Lila. Their visits always ended too soon. While Lila regained her strength, she could only entertain visitors for a short period of time. Don't bother with Reese's feelings, Lila said. Trinity laughed. I'm serious. Lila knowingly sipped her tea. Focus on yourself. Reese will see what a strong, intelligent woman you are.
Waking in a cold sweat, Trinity wonders if this is a genuine warning or a mere side effect of Lila's awakening. What is the darkness that threatens the pack? Is Lila's return a sign of hope or a dangerous anomaly? And can Trinity and Reese overcome their differences before the impending danger consumes them?
Want to know what happens next? Click on the link in the description below to watch further episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.